35 races, 34 races down, and 2 more are left to go here in the Casualty Dix Cup Series for season 19. As we're here at Phoenix, Arizona at is what's now called ISM Raceway, even though this is the 1997 version of Phoenix, obviously. But we are here today at Phoenix, Arizona at ISM Raceway for the running of the Subway Fresh Fit 500, start number 35 of the Casualty Dix Cup Series. Out of 36 races, we have a new points leader coming into this event, and what's turning out to be a pretty good race for the championship, I guess you might say. We'll see what happens after 47 laps of action here today. On the pole at 135 miles an hour, it is Cole Deaver, number 3 of the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. He has one of our in-car cameras in today's event. His wins this season came at Atlanta and again at Cleveland. And he'll be alongside another in-car camera, Phil Parker. He has yet to win a race this season. Could today be the day for him? We'll find out as this race wears on. Row 2 has Jesse Turner in car 19, the Hellsource Ford, and the winner of the last race at Rockingham in the AC Delco 400 is Keith Batson. Who's the new points leader coming into this event at Phoenix. Starting in row 3, it's finally away from his struggles. Joshua Osborne, car 37, the Little Caesars Kmart Ford, winning this season at North Wilkesboro and again at Indianapolis in the Brickyard 400. He's alongside Charles Stanford, the Daytona 500 champion, winner also at Bristol and again at the race at North Wilkesboro in the Holly Farms 400. Going to row number 4, it's Kyle Matthews in car 42, the Coors Light Silver Bullet. He is alongside car number 43, Joshua Collard in the STP Pontiac. His win this season came at Michigan, the second Michigan, and the second race at Richmond this season. Matthews, by the way, was the winner at the first race at Rockingham. Going to the 5th row, it's Quentin Moore in car 75, and beside him, Jessica Shelton, 4-time winner this season, and a McDonald's Ford, car number 94. 6th row has Levi McIntyre in car 99, XIRS SKF Ford, and beside him will be car number 1, it's Alexander Rowe in the Hooters Pontiac. McIntyre, by the way, winner of 5 races this season so far, and is also in hot contention for the championship. Next row down is Dylan Young in number 2, the Miller Genuine Draft Ford. His wins this season came at Watkins Glen and again in the second race at Martinsville. He'll be alongside William Bruck, winner at California this season, car number 4 to Kodak Films Chevrolet. Next row down is Becca Tellier in a Valvoline Ford, car number 6, and beside her, will be Mike Becker in car 7 at QVC Ford. Next row down, Ashlyn Boyd in car 9 at Spam Ford, and beside her will be Preston Blord. Beside him, will be Preston Blord in car 15, the Hayes Motors Ford. They call him Dive Bomb City Blord, and that's what he's going to try to do here today. Next row down, Shane Lake in car 17, the Western Auto Parts America Chevrolet, and Paul Minnick, 3-time winner this season in car 18, the Interstate Barriers Chevrolet. Speaking of a Ford, that is what Jason Haywood drives. He's the Southern 500 champion at Darlington this season. The Citgo Ford, car number 21, and Dylan Poteet in car 22, the MB&A Pontiac. Next row down, Kyle Langley in car 25 and 29, Zachary Fitzwater. Next row down after that, Audra Baranauskas in car 30, the Pennzoil Pontiac, and the number 44 Phoenix Racing Chevrolet of Jonathan Zorlin. Next row down has Kev Shearer in car 71 and number 8, Glenn Duhit. Next row down after that will be Ryan Acosta, number 10, and number 11, Patrick Smith. Next row down after that will be JT Bryant, number 12, and number 16, Johnny Gardner, 2-time winner this season so far. His wins came at Pocono and again at the second race at Dover. Next row down, Ryan George in 23 and number 24, Michael Whitman. George was the winner of the 600 at Charlotte this season. Next row down after that will be Al Legacy in car 33, the winner this season at Las Vegas. And he'll be flanked by car number 77, the Jess Brinson Ford of Chelsea Bowles. Next row down after that will be Nick Baxter in car 81 and 87, Jack Legacy. After that, next row will be 3-time winner season Cat Batson, number 88, and number 90, Jordan Lopez. As here comes the command to fire the engines here at Phoenix.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
And you saw Max Anderson. He's the one that brings up the caboose in this field here today. He's in car number 98, the RCA Ford. Cole Deaver, Phil Parker, and Jessica Shelton will be carrying our in-car cameras in today's event here at Phoenix as well. But going into this race, Keith Batson currently now holds a 43-point lead on Levi McIntyre and Joshua Osborne coming into this event here at Phoenix. So as of right now, it looks like a three-man chase for the championship, and even though the top 6 are separated by 150 points coming into this event, it's going to be a question of how many will we have for the racing for the championship when these 47 laps are over. That's the question here at Phoenix, and of course, as far as the champion, we'll find that out at Homestead Miami Speedway this season in the 40 Cup Boost Forum, which is next on the tour. Pace car himself on the pit road as the field comes down off corner number 4 here at ISM Raceway as the green flag falls. Cole Deaver will lead him down, pole speed of 135 miles an hour, and we are underway here at Phoenix. Racing usually pretty good here at Phoenix, Arizona. As they come up through the 3rd and 4th turns now. Batson way up on the high side as they come off the 4th turn here. Joshua Osborne trying to gain some points back. He lost at the last race in the tour at Rockingham, as well as the last few races before that. Batson going backwards in the moment. Kyle Matthews trying to move up a few positions here. Let's remember, at Rockingham, he lost a few positions at the start of the race, but he fought back to finish 4th. Actually, fought back to finish 3rd, in that race. Right now it's Cole Deaver out in front. 2nd, Jesse Turner. 3rd is Joshua. 3rd is now Third is now Phil Parker. Kyle Matthews in 4th. Battle for 5th between Joshua Osborne and Quentin Moore as they come off turn number 2. Batson trying to find a line to the inside lane, though, which he's had no luck of doing so far. Now he's going to have Levi McIntyre and Jessica Shelton underneath him for position, and Batson almost cut in front of Shelton too soon, or too late, I should say, But now McIntyre gets him loose coming out through off the 2nd turn now. Meantime, second place car has closed up now. That's Jesse Turner in 19, has yet to win a race this season so far. It's been kind of hit or miss in the second half of the season so far in that 19 car. Phil Parker he also has been kind of hit and misses so far this season, but so far he's been a hit. So far he's a hit today. He is in 3rd place at the moment in the number 5 car, with Kyle Matthews behind him in 4th. And now Batson finally does fall back in line. He's now behind Levi McIntyre, 99, and sandwiched in between he and Joshua Collard in 43. Battle for 11th, battle for 10th, Becca Tellier in the 6th, and Jessica Shelton in 94. A pair of Fords going at it here. On board Jessica Shelton's car. And Shelton saying, I didn't like what you did there, Becca, and let's give Becca a little bit of a tap. And Becca actually heard her kind of scrape the wall a little bit. So Jess takes 10th away from Becca, and now meantime Dylan Young dives underneath Tellier for 11th position. That's Ashlyn Boyd, another Ford in a 9 car. As he's trying to get around the 17 of Shane Lake. Batson and McIntyre still going at it here. That's 99 of Levi McIntyre, 28 of Keith Batson. Levi and Kyle Levi McIntyre and Joshua Osborne both finally got their cars straightened out after the struggles they've had the last several races prior, especially the last place runs at Rockingham that those two had. And coupled that with Batson winning that race at Rockingham, that's allowed Keith Batson to take the points lead coming into this event at Phoenix. But as we said, championship still in question, and likely will be in doubt till the final laps at Homestead Miami Speedway. And I tell you what, it's getting to be a pretty interesting fight. Meantime, top four separating themselves from the pack here as we had the back bumper cam for the number 3 car of Cole Deaver. Deaver looking for his 3rd victory of the season, and he's trying also to get into the top 10 in the points chase coming in out of this season. Jesse Turner in 19 is right there behind him in the number 19 car. Don't know what ride he'll end up next season. For season 20, we're going to the Cup 98 mod, 1995 car set. Cole Deavers wins this season. Came at the 4th race of the tour at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Bass Pro Shops 500, and he also came up with a win in the middle of his season at the Burke Lakefront Airport at Cleveland, Ohio. That's one of the 4 road courses we were on this season. And the front 4 has separated each other from the 5th place car at the moment, even though Joshua Osborne is trying to close up on the back of the 42 of Kyle Matthews. And now Matthews, this is one of his best tracks, by the way. He's won here twice in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Seems to be something about 1 mile tracks that why Kyle Matthews runs really well on. He always usually runs well at Rockingham, and he usually runs well here at Phoenix. So Matthews, pretty strong car here today. On board with Phil Parker at number 5. He rides 3rd at the moment. And you see the tachometer right there on Parker's car. So we look at the tachometer. It's down to about 6,500 in the middle of 3 and 4. Now gradually gets back on the throttle. Let's see how fast he goes into turn number 1. Turn number 1 hits about 9,000 RPMs into turn number 1. And down about 118 miles an hour through the middle of 1 and 2. So he goes inside Jesse Turner now for position. And he goes on the dog leg at about 159 miles per hour into turn number 3. And goes back up on the back bumper of Turner's car again as they come off the 4th turn now. So how fast he goes into turn 1. He's got the draft off Turner's car now. 163 miles per hour into turn number 1. Goes Phil Parker. And his last lap by 132.125 miles an hour, and that's compared to the leader, Cole Deaver, who went 132.768. So Deaver, one of the fastest cars out there on the racetrack right now. In fact, he has the 10th fastest lap of the race so far. The fastest lap of the race is currently being held by Quentin Moore at 133.512. Deaver's best lap just only 133.166. So come by this time to complete the 17th lap of the event. We'll have 30 laps to go here at Phoenix International, here at Phoenix, Arizona at ISM Raceway. I always want to call it Phoenix International Raceway. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to get used to calling it ISM Raceway. There's the front 4 cars. Deaver leads, Turner 2nd, Parker 3rd, Matthews in 4th. 5th is Joshua Osborne. 6th is Quentin Moore. 7th is Levi McIntyre. Joshua Collard taking 8th place away from Keith Batson, who runs in 9th position, and Jessica Shelton runs 10th. Becca Tellier's in 11th. 12th is Dylan Young, darn pace car. 12th is Dylan Young. 13th is Ashlyn Boyd. 14th is Charles Sanford. 15th is Kyle Langland. Somebody slipped the racetrack. That was Boyd. It's now Sanford goes underneath him now for position. So Charles at the 13th position. He currently comes in this race. I think he's up to the top 5 in the points. As a matter of fact, coming out in this event, he and Matthews both. Charles Sanford coming off of a second place run at the race at Rockingham. Kyle Langland's 15th at the moment. 16th is Alexander Rowe, having a solid run here. Shane Lake in car 17 runs 17th. Kev Shear in 18th position. 19th, Zachary Fitzwater. 20th is Paul Minnick. 21st is Jason Haywood, matching his car number. Mike Becker, 22nd. 23rd is William Brock. 24th, Preston Ford. 25th, Dylan Poteet. Nick Baxter is in 26th position. As you look through the rest of the field right there, there's Max Anderson and Al Lagacy going for position there. That's the 27th and 28th positions right now. Glenn Duhit in 29th, and 30th is JT Bryant. And one guy who's having a horrific run, it's Johnny Gardner in the 41st position. He's in the 16th car to winner this season. As I said, at the second Dover race, and he also won at Pocono back in the near mid sections of the season. Gardner, I'm sure the next time they want to go to Phoenix, he'll want to ditch this setup. And by the way, he'll be back with that 16 ride next season for season 20. But it is Cole Deaver leading the race right now. Second position is now Phil Parker in number 5, as he's gotten around Jesse Turner for position, and now Parker sets his sights on Deaver for the number 1 spot here. As we're now passing and nearing the halfway point of the event, it'll be 24 in the books and 23 to go here at ISM Raceway. Phil Parker, though, staying right with Deaver. He hasn't missed a step. Continuing to watch this 3-car battle for position. That's Keith Batson, who's now gotten back around Joshua Collar to take 8th back away. Collar dropping the 9th. Shelton running in 10th. Keith is keeping Levi McIntyre and Joshua Osborne in his sights right now. Though, like I said, McIntyre right now sits, I think he sits second place in the no, he sits third in the standings coming into this event, excuse me. Osborne's won second by 43 to Batson. Coming into this race at the ISM Raceway, but yeah, McIntyre dropped to third place in the points by virtue of that next to last run on Rockingham. But now Batson, with the help of Collars, trying to close back up on McIntyre's car. See what the interval is between those two this time by. McIntyre is just a half a second, is actually 55 hundredths of a second ahead, of Batson. So Batson, Collard, and Shelton are closing up. Meantime, Charles Sanford has worked his way up to the 11th position right now in the number 41 car. Here comes Collard to the inside again. And McIntyre's coming on pit road! McIntyre's coming on pit road in the 99 car. And McIntyre's going to come down pit road. Nope, he's out. McIntyre, third in the points, is out of the race because of a mechanical problem. Oh my goodness, and it was a tire failure on the McIntyre car. Oh my goodness, and how much more battle can he get, and a worse time too. Looked like he had everything sorted out, I guess you might say, for to make a run at Homestead Miami Speedway and see how far back he'll be in the points going into Homestead for the next to the last for the final stop of the season, and which is next on the tour. So that might have just did Thrash Maniac in for the championship right there. And so it might just be down to just Keith Batson and Joshua Osborne possibly for the whole thing. But let's not get ahead of ourselves because we've still got 16 laps to go in this race. Kyle Matthews up to third position now as he's gotten around Jesse Turner. Meantime, Parker still closing up, still keeping right there on the back bumper of Cole Deaver's car. Parker out of the state of Louisiana, Deaver out of the state of Georgia. A couple of Southerners going at it. Actually, Cole Deaver's car, for Cole Deaver, so we said before, you'd think his home track would be Atlanta Motor Speedway, but it actually ain't. He's actually more close to Daytona. He's actually right up on near the Georgia-Florida line, almost, is where he lives, but Parker closing right up and see what the interval is this time by. It was 18 hundredths of a second last time by. And he's now down to 16 hundredths of a second now. So Parker trying to find somewhere to make his move, but where can you make the move if you do at Phoenix? At Phoenix, that's about the thing. Front six cars have broken away. Joshua Collard now takes seventh as he now passes Batson again. That's seventh place now on the screen. Darn pace car. And there's a new 10th place winner. That's Charles Sanford. As his string of top 10s possibly will continue right there. So he's got a string of top 10s going himself. Jessica Shelton having another good run here today. She is hit or miss usually at Phoenix for Shelton, but she today is running very well here at Phoenix. On board Jessica Shelton's car, she's in 9th. And Jess comes into this race 6th place in the standings and hoping to get a top 5 herself in the points. "11 laps to go here at ISM Raceway." And there's your top 3. It's still Deaver, Parker, and Matthews. And now they're nose to tail with each other. Turner still runs 4th. Osborne still runs 5th. 6th is still Quentin Moore. Moore having a superb second half of the season for him. And he was one time way back in the bottom half of the standings, I think, in the points. But he has now suddenly moved up. Came close to winning a couple of races. He came close to winning the night race at Bristol, only to get snubbed out of the way by Charles Sanford late in the going in that event. But Moore with another solid run today, running in 6th position right now, as we're now down to less than 10 laps to go. Now it'll be 9 to go this time by. Can Cole Deaver hold them all off in that number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevy? If he does, it'll be his 3rd victory of the season. All three makes of cars represented in the top 3 spots here. Chevrolet first, Chevrolet 2nd, Pontiac in 3rd, Ford's running 4th and 5th, and 6th position for that back, Pontiac in 7th. Then you got a Ford's 8th and 9th, and a Chevrolet in 10th. Seven laps to go. Moving back to the field one more time here. Kyle Langland's up to the 11th position in 25. Dylan Young running 12th. Ashlyn Boyd 13th. 14th is Becca Tellier. Cab Shear up to 15th at the moment. 16th place battle between Alexander Rowe and Zachary Fitzwater. That's 16th and 17th. Shane Lake running in 18th. 19th is Minnick, and 20th is still Mike Becker with William Brock running 21st. And Kyle Langland far behind the top 10 group of cars. In the meantime, battle for second. Kyle Matthews inside of Phil Parker. That's for second place. And that kind of battle is going to let Cole Deaver just pull ahead. In the meantime, Joshua Osborne dives underneath. That's for fourth. Oh, Matthews by just about a bumper got the second position right there. And here comes Osborne. He's going to try to follow through. And Parker's going to get shoved up the high side now. Matthews goes by. Osborne zips by Phil Parker. Or tries to zip by him, I should say. Parker says, that's my spot. But Osborne says, over my dead body, and he'll take position, they'll battle side by side as a drag race for that fourth position, for the third spot now. As Osborne dives underneath, and Parker finally says, here, you can have it, and now here comes Jesse Turner diving inside, and here comes the 19 car of Turner, and here comes 75 Quentin Moore to the high side there. And meantime, it's letting Collard, Batson, and Shelton possibly in this battle. Meantime, 2 laps to go for Cole Deaver, as he'll see the white flag next time by here at Phoenix. It'll be his third victory of the season for season 19. The number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, the Dale Earnhardt colors, rounds corner number 4, and he'll see the white flag. 1 lap to go for Cole Deaver, who started this race from the pole. Has been the dominant car so far in this event. Off the second turn, looking good out of that Monte Carlo as they come out as in the third turn it goes. Matthews is still trying to close up. It's not going to happen for him. Off corner number 4, the pride of the state of Georgia, Cole Deaver wins the Subway Fresh Fit 500 at Phoenix. So Cole Deaver gets his third victory of the season as he wins here at Phoenix, adding on to his wins at Cleveland and Atlanta. Kyle Matthews gets a great second place finish for him. Third will go to Joshua Osborne. Fourth place to Phil Parker. Fifth to Jesse Turner. Sixth to Joshua Collard. Keith Batson seventh. Quentin Moore eighth. Jessica Shelton ninth. And 10th place will go to Charles Sanford. Average speed 132.080 miles per hour. So 35 on the books and 1 left to go. That would be at Homestead Miami Speedway. And Cole Deaver almost kind of a weird entrance to pit road for Cole Deaver. But he is the winner nonetheless here at Phoenix. Average speed 132.08. Rest of the finishing order, Kyle Langland 11th. Then comes Dylan Young, Ashlyn Boyd, Becca Tellier, Kev Shearer in 15th. Then Alexander Rowe, Zachary Fitzwater, Shane Lake, Paul Bennett, and Mike Becker in the top 20 in today's event. Rest of the finishing order for you here. 21st will go to William Brock, Dylan Poteet matching his car number in 22nd. Preston Blord, Dive Bomb City himself, finishes 23rd. Jason Haywood, Nick Baxter, Audra Baranowskis, Al Lagacy, Jonathan Zorlin, and Max Anderson, and JT Bryant, the top 30 in today's event. Rest of the finishing order, Glenn Duhit, Jordan Lopez, Kat Batson, who was 10th in the standings coming into this event. Or actually 10th or 11th, something like that. And she has a bad finish herself in 33rd, so that's going to allow Deaver to close up on her for that position. In the points, Ryan George, 34th, Jack Lagacy, Chelsea Bowles, Ryan Acosta, Johnny Gardner, Michael Whitman, Patrick Smith was the last car to the finish in today's event and on the lead lap. And Levi McIntyre, who had a top 10 run going on, a tire problem for him, and bad luck still strikes the 99 team, and he ends up finishing last place. Here today at Phoenix, Arizona. So bad luck and struck at the worst time for that number 99 teams, and I think it's going to just about knock him right out of the championship hunt. So it may just it may just be down to just Keith Batson and Joshua Osborne for the whole thing at Homestead Miami Speedway for the last stop on the tour, the Ford EcoBoost 400, which is next on the tour. Necessary for Phoenix International Raceway as Cole Deaver wins the Subway Fresh Fit 500, his third victory of the season. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the Industry Sports and Gaming channel here on YouTube, and please become part of the team. And become part of the team is become part of the team. Like us on Facebook as well. We got everything on this channel. We got Inner Versus gaming videos, whatever person on the Inner Goals for his channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's Tag Slayer Truck Series, Pizza Hut X Series, and Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out. Some of the best offline races you'll find is right here in the industry, right? And you will not regret checking those races out neither. So that will do it today here at Phoenix, Arizona at ISM Raceway as Cole Deaver wins the Subway Fresh Fit 500. And for now, this is James Qualls, production of the NSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at the finale at Homestead.